Hey guys, we're testing the stream right now. I just started one up. I don't need that, whatever that was. Alright, so I'm just checking connections. I started an hour early to see what's running and what's not. And it looks like we are running over here on Facebook. So I'm going to be just checking connections. I started an hour early to see what's running and what. Alright, we're good on Facebook. Let's check Twitch. Give it a second. I'm going to go ahead. I know we're running there. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and it's decided on Facebook to give me subtitles. Where is my subtitles? Edit, captions, display. Where is the off? Always show caption. Off, okay. Video default quality. Alright. Well, it should be off, but it was on. Let's go back. We're just doing some testing right now, getting everything loaded. I'm going to switch over to OBS and just see what my time is, 54:41. So let's refresh this page, see if it catches up. And it's pretty close. So we're looking good on Facebook. I'm going to switch over to OBS and just see what my time is, 54:41. So I'm going to just shut this down. Or you can watch it on Facebook. Let's refresh this page. This is facebook.com/intensewebs. And it's pretty close. So we're looking good on Facebook. I'm going to switch over to OBS and just see what my time is, 54:41. Pause on this thing. Pause on Facebook. All right. Check Twitch. Looks like it's going. Looks like it might be having a little bit of streaming issue. Honestly, YouTube is the one I'm most concerned with. It's the one that has the most problems. Live an hour early to test all the connections. An hour early. An hour early to test the connections. And for anybody that's joining in, I'm going to go ahead and start this video that's on my screen right now.
Hey everyone, in today's video I wanted to take you guys through some easy photoshoot location ideas. This is actually part 3 of this video I think, and I'll leave the other 2 down below and some other location photoshoot videos that I've done as well if you want to watch those. But today I want to take you guys through some of my favorite locations that I like shooting in that are pretty easy to find and pretty easy to use in a photoshoot to get good results. So hopefully you guys get some ideas, some inspiration, spark some creativity from today's video for when you're planning your next photo shoot. So the first location idea in a photo shoot to get good results. Like I need hopefully you guys get some ideas. So Sydney and Australia in general is quite a coastal area, so we do have a lot of water and thus a lot of boat sheds. If you live somewhere that you're not close to the water, I would also recommend for when you're planning your next photo shoot. So the first location idea in a photo shoot stuff like that, because they're both quite similar in the things that I look out for in a location. So there's a couple of reasons why I like using boat sheds and sheds for my photo shoot locations. The first first one is that they're usually out on location somewhere with a few other areas that you can also use for your portrait photo shoot. So you can go to like the park, or you can go to the beach that's next to the shed and do some natural kind of shots. If you live somewhere and you can not onto the boat shed, have a little bit more for when you're planning your next photo shoot behind your photos, and have a bit more of a variety throughout your photo shoot. Quite similar in the things that I look out for in a location. So there's a couple of reasons why I like using both sheds and sheds for my photo shoot locations. The first one is that they're usually out on location somewhere with a few other areas that you can also use for your portrait photo shoot. So you can go to like the park, or you can go to the beach that's next. They're usually painted in really fun and interesting colors. So you'll either have like your standard timber colored shed, whether it's in the country or a boat shed. Sometimes they paint country sheds red or white. Sometimes they paint boat sheds white, blue, or green. I've shot with a whole bunch of colors before.
All you need to launch a culinary empire. A Squarespace website.
Before, and I feel like that adds a really nice pop of color to your feed or to your portfolio.
All right, YouTube says I'm live, so let's go take a look at that one. 50 minutes. All right, YouTube says I'm live, so let's go take a look at that one. If 5 or 10 seconds out of sync. 50 minutes. All right, YouTube says I'm live, so let's go take a look at that one. If 5 or 10 seconds. Looking good here. 50 minutes. Now let's go look at Twitter. See if it put the announcement out automatically. It did. It said we're live. Okay, so let's check Periscope. So we're on these 4 locations that are in my video description on YouTube. I'm just seeing what all descriptions. Alright. Waiting for a Periscope to connect here. Let's see if we can do it this way. Alright, so here's Periscope, and it's got allows this quality of all. It's about 10 to 15 second delay on that, but we are live. Looking for some video controls here. Okay. Okay, we're live on Periscope. We're going to go back to our YouTube. Let's go check my profile again. So now we are about 20 seconds delayed on Periscope. Okay, we're live on Periscope. We're going to go back to our YouTube. Let's go check my profile again. So now we are about 20 seconds delayed on Periscope. Okay, we're live on Periscope. We're going to go back to our YouTube. Okay, guys. Looks like I'm live everywhere. And let's go ahead and watch YouTube. Refresh this one just to see what we're looking like over here. And let's go ahead and watch YouTube. Refresh this one just to see what we're looking like over here. And let's go ahead and watch YouTube. Refresh this one just to see what we're looking like over here. And let's go ahead and watch YouTube. Refresh this one just to see what we're looking like over here. Just to check sound out now.
All you need to launch a cult skate brand. Honestly. as long as you have a logo that looks good on literally everything. And a Squarespace online store.
Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you something that I've tried to do for a long time, many years in fact, which is an affordable gimbal setup for larger cinema style cameras. In this case I've got the Ursa Mini Pro. It's going to work with Red, even Airy cameras. And also, like I said, not only something that won't break the bank, but this is also a setup that...
Okay guys, 46 minutes left. What I figured we'd do while we're waiting is let's see, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 motherboards at least that have been refreshed for this launch. And at least let me bring it up during the stream. Trying to get back over to a different, I want... not that one. I want a restream chat. I'm trying to get my chat going one of these locations. View docs, scenes, controls, custom browser docs. That's not it. Stream elements. Let's go try chat. Let's see if I can pop that out. Show mod. Looking at my chat options here. And let's do restream. See what this studio looks like. See if it's got us going. Yeah, I don't want all that. So it should be showing up over here. Okay, where is my live monitor? Okay, looks like we're good over there. Sounds good that I can tell. So we got one user watching already. Hey, okay, looks like we're good over there. Sounds good that I can tell. We just play around a little bit. So we got one user watching already. Hey, okay, looks like we're good. So, hey, let's check out some of these new motherboards. And let's move some of this around here. I'm gonna have to set up. Restream bot is asking me if I play Fortnite, or asking a user, YouTube user. Tom Klein? No, I don't. Okay, that's Tom Klein. No. Sorry guys, I'm getting used to it. I'm streaming to 4 places where the chat's coming from. Apologize for that. No, I don't play Fortnite. I'm not a big game player per se. I do a lot of videos in technical graphics work. So I'm interested in CPUs. I've been a system administrator for 30 years. Let's go back to our main scene. 42 minutes. I just started downloading some games and stuff like that, and I don't even know what all games. This isn't all my games. Some of the ones I've messed around with, play with. Just haven't been able to get into it. There's what app game kit. Okay, Doom, Life is Strange 2. I've got more than that. Where's Origin? I just downloaded Rocket League or. I think that's what I downloaded on Origin. I think it should be signed in. What is my password? So, my game library, Rocket League. So I got that one, and what's the other one? Epic. I own a bunch more games. I just haven't downloaded them and installed them. So I got Epic. Can't even remember. So let me go back to Steam for a second. Did I close it? Yeah, here's some of the ones that I got on Epic. I think I only got one of them installed at the moment. Not many. Not a great big gamer. But let's go back to looking at some of these motherboards. I'm going to go ahead and move this thing down here so get kind of away from my face. See what that looks like. And we're going to do a quick check, make sure everything's running. Looks like I'm running good on Facebook. Twitch is having issues today. It keeps kind of freezing. Maybe I'm streaming too much. Who knows? It's running again. Once I refreshed. Let's refresh this one again and hit play. Okay, there we go. Basically, I don't want them running anyway while I'm streaming. I just got them open for the chat. See if I can get all the chats spread apart. There's Twitch. I can get my YouTube chat. I'm going to go ahead and close Facebook because I know I'm going there. I don't think anybody's going to watch on Facebook. And over here, I've got stream chat on screens from Stream Elements, I believe. I can see these two chats. All right, and I'm watching OBS over here. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this thing out. I got to load it elsewhere. Alright, we are going to see what the latest tweets on this. Good old gamer. Oh, that'd be interesting. I don't like good old gamer. He's just too mouth. I can't stand to listen to him. He got mad at me the other day whenever I sorry, I just lit a cigarette there. All right, let's take a look at some of these new motherboards. This is a new release of Crosshair 7 Dark Hero, just announced this morning by Asus. I don't like it, and I'm about to tell you why. Blah, 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 stuff about Asus and the boards up here. Looks like a nice board. But here's what they did. Foremost change to this motherboard. Let me get my ugly face off the screen for a minute and kind of read this. what they did is they removed the chipset fan. And honestly, the chipset fan's never bothered me at all. Even under great big, I had a 5700 XT and they're running overclocked. Never bothered me. Chipset fan never kicked up. And it helps. It helps on the additional PCIe 4 in this second slot down here. So on this board, you got one up here. I'm not even sure that they got one here. This would be covered by the chipset PCIe. There's probably one right there. You can't see it yet. But if they've taken away the fan, and the PCIe 4 gets about at least 10 degrees hotter. I will not be buying this board. This is for Asus fanboys. This is for people that complain about fan noise. This, where the fan was here, it didn't make any noise before. This is just BS stuff. So let's take a look. Our engineers know that. I'm starting the second paragraph. Careful approach found to achieve fanless cooling, but we've risen to the challenge dark here to implement a passive cooling design. That's not true. There's one other board. Well, I think it's water cooled maybe. This is bullshit. I don't buy it. It says it's 2.25% higher in internal testing, which means it's hotter than other PCIe 4, hotter than the previous chipset with a fan. Alright, so these bottom two PCIe 4 slots are even hotter now. They were already 10 degrees Celsius hotter than the PCIe 3 versions. So now they're even hotter. And Asus is probably being conservative for themselves. Anyway, this is their launch page. There's another look at it. I don't like this board. Keeping with its name. Only thing this probably does have, and I'm not happy with Asus right now. I've got an Asus Tough X570 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. They still have not updated the BIOS to the basic AMD recommended settings. There's 5 or 6 settings I mentioned in previous videos on my website. They haven't added PPC adjustment or for P state 0, which basically unlocks the AMD processor all the way. There's 4 or 5 other settings that you need to set. CPPD settings, stuff like that. It just lets the AMD processors loose. Asus hasn't put that in a Tough X570 yet, so it's a hot mess. Do not like this board. It's a great board. Had they not taken that fan off and give us the rest of the updates, because the other updates that's going to be in here, and it's going to be through BIOS updates on another one. So this does have Wi-Fi 6 200, which is not the fastest. So they could have done better on that. Only 2.5 gig Ethernet. Why not go ahead and just go to 10 instead of 2.5? I'm sure it's some kind of money thing, because you got 1 gigabit and then you got 2.5. Yeah, okay. Maybe if they come in at a good price, under $200. We don't know that yet. So the rest of it's probably a good board. I'd rather have the chipset fan. Trust me, I've had PCIe 4, a Sabrent Rock PCIe 4. That thing was hot. It usually set at least 10 degrees C higher in the first slot under the, and it needs you need that extra fan on the chipset when you're running all PCIe 4. So I don't like that one. This is Crosshair Dark 7 Dark Hero. Do not like it. Alright, let's see what this guy does. This is another one Asus released. And it looks like they kept the chipset family. Let's go over it a little bit. 16 power stages. So they probably did okay on the XE. This is a B550. So I'm not even interested in B550s myself. I mean, it's okay, but only your first PCIe slot right here, and also the M.2 slot right here covered by PCIe 4. Then the rest of them are not. So, not interested in this. It is Wi-Fi 6, probably 200 again. I don't know what's better about this compared to the previous. Let's add it to the comparison list and go check the previous version. Products, motherboards, and we want ROG B550 chipset. Okay. Alright, so it would compare to this one. E and this, an E and an XC. So let's see what we got. One's B550XE, that's the new one. So it doesn't look like they got any of the information filled out on the new model yet. So let's go back to the original screen then, since they don't have the comparison. Yeah, let's see if I can read it in the description, find out what's new. Maybe they improved the power a little bit. I doubt it. Actually cooled, L-shaped heat pipe. I'd have to do a real close examination. This is their other new board. All right, next one is probably the one I'm going to buy. This has been out for a while too. I have had a master in my previous one with the 3950X. Watching that clock too, so we can get on Lisa Sue when we need to. It's a great motherboard, and it has all the overclocking things in the BIOS. I haven't found anything it doesn't do that. It's got everything that you can think of. Let's see what the Wi-Fi spec, that's the thing I want to look at compared to this. The reason I'm looking is over here there's a USB right here on this thing right here. Right in here there's a USB, excuse me, what is it, USB 4 post that they were supposed to update to work with Thunderbolt, but some licensing deal, they couldn't say the word Thunderbolt. That's one of the changes right there in this motherboard. The other changes you're going to see in the X570 since a year ago is most of the RAM now goes up to 5200 megahertz, even though the Ryzen 3000 doesn't support that officially, and it kind of cuts off at 3800, and we're about to find out what this the max efficiency, which RAM we should use. I think last year they told us in this launch. I think they'll tell us again. We'll find out. But these new motherboards, all the B550 support up to get my chat back. I'm missing this chat. Okay, I'm just going to go do a quick check, see who's all watching. Alright, there is, I'm just going to say hi in See if this restream bot's doing its job and post everything. Let's see if it shows up over here on YouTube. It's supposed to. I have a bot running, the Restream IO bot, sending out to these 4 different locations. So I'll just hit a refresh on this guy, see. Let's check. Well, it didn't send it. Okay, that's YouTube. Get that one off the screen. So it posted over here on Twitch. Good to go. Over here on my main screen, it did show up in the Restream IO chat. So as long as I'm getting it from YouTube and from Twitch, let's see if YouTube shows up right behind in this main chat, and that'll be the one I watch. Yeah, it does look like this YouTube. I'll have to watch that chat. See if I can pop that thing out. Because the Twitch chat is showing up in it. Pop out chat. And I'll watch these once our so what I need to do is go ahead and get ready for Lisa Sue. Which is down here. Just going to have it loaded and ready. Reminder on 24 minutes. My timer says 26 minutes. Uh, 24:22 is what my main timer says. I guess it's just a little slow on the feed to Twitch, or I need to refresh it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so back. I don't think we got her in the background waiting. This is the board I'm probably going to buy. I can't say enough good things about it. I've owned one. Great board. I think they're at, last I heard, it was F22 BIOS, and last BIOS I did a video on was F10, where they added in all the features that the AMC said they needed for overclocking into one menu, and it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it just really unleashed the 3950X. Alright, they have more new boards. This is the X570 Aorus Ultra. It's very close to the Master. I think it's a little bit down, a little bit cut down, but it is a newer version. And as of right now, I don't know what the new features are on it. So the Aorus Ultra is new. It's version 1.1, 1.2. I don't want to play Rocket Arena right now, thanks. I still got that running. Let me go kill some apps. Quit Origin. What else? I got Discord. So in the YouTube description, you should be able to see, well, the Discord link. I believe I got it in there. I have a Discord, but not many people use it. And I don't even know why it's not popping up. I got it on the other screen now. Guess I should open up his chat just in case anybody joins. Oh, Reese team. It started streaming to a chat channel. Glad I checked it. It's not streaming YouTube and Twitch to it, just the restream. That's painted. Why is my mouse being weird right now? Man, that's one of the reasons I started an hour early, get some of this stuff lined up. I'm not a full-time streamer. But, Tom, you were asking about Fortnite. I have grandkids that play Fortnite. I don't. 4 boy grandsons that play Fortnite. Different daughters. Okay, let's get back to our... We're still going on Twitch and YouTube. That's the only ones I really care about right now. Make sure we've got 20 minutes to go. What's my timer say? Yeah. A little over 20 minutes. 19 minutes. So my timer's about a minute off, 30 seconds off. Which is fine. I'll be sitting here watching this a couple minutes before. Alright, let's go take a look at another motherboard here. Let me go ahead and get YouTube loaded again and share it on Twitter. Next motherboard we're going to look at is this Aorus Extreme. This is their top of the line one. It's not water cooled. It's like the $700 one. Also been updated. Also not sure which one. Until YouTube's going. Let me get that Twitch announcement done. Trying to get some of these other screens shut off. Okay, I was going to go do an announcement. So let's do something like already live. For AMD Zen 3 Ryzen 5000 launch on YouTube. Come watch with us. And I'm going to put in a thumb. Come watch us with. "15 minutes to go." How about that, everybody? to go and tell Lisa. Okay, closed. We're going to get my chats back. Okay, got that. Not that. Okay, so this board right here. I wouldn't buy this one. It's too expensive for what. It's got the 10 gigabit Ethernet, and I'm not sure what they upgraded. Probably just that stupid USB 4 header. And we're going to have to wait a couple days to find out. Here's another one they upgraded again. Same thing. Don't know what they upgraded yet. Just want to try to show you some of the boards that have been upgraded for this launch. And the last one that I saw that's been upgraded is the Aorus Pro. Now the one I'm going to buy is the X570 Master. Again, I have the X570 Asus Tough Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi. Great board. Overclocking sucks on it because they didn't put in all the AMD recommended features into the BIOS. Sorry. It's the way they roll. Alright, here is another one. AMSI is in trouble right now because scalping the 3080s through one of their subsidiaries, charging double the price on the 3080s, at least double the price, and saying they didn't know what was going on, which is bullshit. What did I say? I said it's bullshit. Okay, I covered my mouth. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Alright. This board looks like a good board, but I started looking for the BIOS, and the only things they have out on it right now are the manual, and it doesn't show to have all the AMD recommended overclocking settings. Otherwise, looks like a great board. Wi-Fi 6, all the memory stuff. So, hey, I got a dashboard over here, at least on my, refresh this guy. Bring my other main webcam back. Yeah, it's there, sure enough is. It's just running a little slow on this one. Okay, that's my live monitor. I'm going to close this one. I don't really need it anymore. Start closing some of the stuff I don't need right now. "15 minutes. Alright, we're going to get that running. I'm going to move it up to the front over here. Check out some Twitter. Premieres in 12 minutes. See what these AMD Zen 3 reveal live blog. What is a live blog? Oh, he's going to be... It's something I should probably do. I should probably get out my notepad. I think I will. Something to take notes on. Give me a second to go check. Grab a piece of paper. Hey, I'm broadcasting right now, so don't call out. Okay, pen and notepaper. This is a good idea. See what Jim says. Which hardware unboxed? Let me just say a thing about hardware unboxed. Get my chats back up on the screen. Yeah, that jive turkey. Should have left this one open. Nine watching. Okay. Didn't realize there was that many. It's starting in 11 minutes. 10 minutes. Probably 10 and a half minutes from now. Try to get, where's my OBS or Restream chat? Okay. All right. Yeah, you got 10 minutes and it's starting. Get that back off the screen. So this guy, Jim from Adore TV, he got in a fight with Hardware Unbox. For some reason, Steve Walton over at Hardware Unbox has been being a jerk lately. He just passed 600,000 subscribers, and man, first he laid into video cards, you know, videocards.com, one that breaks all the stories, and pain in the butt. And they got into a huge fight, and finally Jim apologized because he's a bigger man. Steve just said, oh, thank you for the apology. And Steve is the one that jumped into his thread and started it. He did the same thing to video cards. Video card just said, I think you're desperate. Told Hardware Unbox, I think you're just desperate. So, for those watching on YouTube, there's some links down below. There's other places to watch, Discord. I'm not really paying attention to my Discord right now. I'm going to have these chats open. But it is on screen. You can join. Nobody else is in there, so I wouldn't bother right now until after this. Okay, let's get my chats running so I can see. Yeah, there's your time that's left. This is about 30 seconds slow, so it'll probably be just over 8 minutes from now. And I'm going to go ahead and get back to the main screen and watch For When Lisa Sue. And I'm going to turn down my ringer on my phone. Have a cigarette. I won't talk as much while she's on. So we're just going to leave it here from now and wait. So I'm kind of curious what he's going to live blog on. Every once in a while I'm going to pop over and look, see what he says. Well, that'll be kind of cool. I got 5 minutes to burn, so I'm just seeing what people on the internet are saying. Make sure I turn down this ringer. Sound volume. Alright, got the phone all the way down, we'll ignore it. Now, Moore's Law is dead. He kind of got called out by video cards because everything he said about Ampere a long time ago is wrong. So he's been talking lots of smack. Fixed to find out a lot more in a couple minutes. Get this guy over here. That's ready. For right now, here's your new motherboards again. We won't run over them again later. Crosshair 7 Dark Hero. And I got a pen and paper if they announce any new motherboards beside these during the live stream. Here's the ROG Strix B550XE. They make one that's just the B550E, so the XE is the new one. Gigabyte Master, it's been out for a while now. They upgraded the USB 4 port. It's right around, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit too small to see it. Over here there's a USB 4 Thunderbolt port, but it's unclear whether or not it supports Thunderbolt or not, or just USB 4. And the Ultra's new, a version 1.1, 1.2. And the Extreme, the Aorus Pro Wi-Fi, and X570 Aorus Pro. These are all new, like within the last week, except for the Master's been out for a while, the newer version. And that Master, this is the one I'll be buying, but it costs $330. But I've had one before, and it's a great board. So I'm just sitting here, 4 minutes to go on this one. And it appears I got this one twice. I'm going to shut this one down and watch this live blog. Take my own notes. Alright. Back to my live screen here. This will go full screen once the thing starts. I'll probably shut off at least one of my cameras. Maybe the overlay. So, and just kind of talk over the top of it. Alright. 3 minutes to go. I'm going to go ahead and clear out these motherboards. I'm not going to be covering them anymore. This Mag X570 Tomahawk Wi-Fi is new also. I haven't checked out the BIOS enough to know whether it's worth getting or not. I looked in the manual, and in the manual it doesn't have all the settings I want to use, so I suspect it doesn't. I know the Master does. That'll be the one I'm getting. And I won't be getting any of these new Asus boards. They just kind of burned me on the tough. They still haven't upgraded it from the Ryzen 3000 launch. They haven't upgraded the BIOS on the tough X570 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. So let's close out. Simplify my life a little bit. This is a live blog. I can actually put it somewhere else. What other browsers do I got open? I can put live blog here next to Lisa Sue. I'm going to refresh Lisa Sue again. My 60 seconds to go. So I'm going to get my chats on screen and shut up. Do a quick check over here, make sure I'm still streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Refresh it. On the YouTube channel, the other links are in the description. Yeah, I'm streaming. So let me shut up. ready to go full screen for this. Less than a minute to go. The other thing I was going to do is shut off the timer. I'm refreshing the screen now. It's getting ready. It went down to 0. So it should be getting a feed any second now, or a minute. Depends how long. This streaming business, when you're multi-streaming, which probably AMD is and I do, you gotta go check all your feeds, and YouTube's usually a little bit slower than your other feeds as far as starting. Let's go refresh this live blog. I'll go ahead and get Twitter open for me just to see what the guys are saying. Alright, we're refreshing, trying to get this going. You know what, I'm going to go over to AMD.com, see what they're doing over here. Watch now. Oh, and they're pointing back to YouTube. Here we go. Here's the premiere. Let's see if it's showing on. Yep, it's showing on both of them. Get rid of one of these. I should probably just stick with YouTube. I bet that'll be a better stream than. There's your real timer. And usually when they do the timers like this, it's pre-recorded video. So this may not be live at all, but pre-recorded by Lisa Sue, but announced to the public. So AMD's a little bit faster, a little bit sooner, 32, 31, 30. Oh, it's one's cutting the other one off. I'll stick with YouTube. Here we go, guys. I'm going to shut up for a second, watch my OBS for a minute. Well, enjoy. I'll talk over. Here we go now. Here we go. I'm going to turn off the top webcam, alt going off. Let's get some sound.
Paper.
Zen turned out to be a grounds-up design, which doesn't come along very often.
In the life of an engineer, you get to build something this significant once, twice, if you're lucky, 3 times in your lifetime. AMD enables the engineers to go off and innovate and to bring to market what it is that they dream about.
I'm extremely pleased to show you for the first time the name of our new CPU. Now it's time for you to see Ryzen in action. We wanted to disrupt the PC market. We wanted to bring innovation, choice, and performance to as many people as possible. In high-performance PCs, it was about delivering more performance at every single price point.
The Ryzen Threadripper acknowledges that there are people who want to create and game on the same PC and need the scalability and need the performance to do that. And that's what's really exciting about the Threadripper chip.
It was our commitment to our customers that we would deliver to the roadmap that we set out, and momentum is now on our side.
The anticipation around 3rd Gen Ryzen is really impressive. Meet the world's first 16-core gaming processor.
Now, in 2019, 3rd Gen Ryzen is it.
What we did in Zen was push well beyond what we thought we could do. It makes me so proud to be able to look back and say that I was part of that.
Our mission with Ryzen has always been clear. It's about making the right bets 3 to 5 years in advance and making sure that they come to fruition. Our goal is to give you the best. Welcome, everyone. Big welcome to all of you, and thank you all for joining us today. I've been looking forward to this moment all year, and I know many of you have too. It's been a challenging year for everyone as we've navigated the COVID-19 pandemic globally.
It's just starting.
But one thing we've learned is just how important high-performance computing technologies really are. From work, to school, to gaming, to entertainment, the PC is now the computing platform of choice in 2020. And I'm really excited to show you today what we have been working on for the next-gen PC platforms, and especially for all of you gamers. Now, it's already been an incredible year for gamers. There's so much excitement around the next-gen consoles. We are so proud to power the new Sony PlayStation 5 with a high-performance custom chip featuring our AMD Ryzen CPU and AMD Radeon GPU technology. And we are equally proud that custom AMD processors also power the new Microsoft Xbox Series X and Series S consoles, again, featuring our high-performance Ryzen and Radeon technologies. These consoles are bringing just incredible technology to gamers all over the world and are really a result of just deep engineering partnerships over many, many years with both Sony and Microsoft. Now, gaming is at the heart of so much of what we do at AMD. Whether you're talking about PCs or consoles or cloud gaming and mobile. AMD loves gaming, and we like to say gaming begins with AMD. So today, we're going to talk specifically about our next-gen PC gaming platform. So let's talk a little bit about Ryzen. Now, you guys know we brought the first generation of Ryzen to market in 2017, and we actually had one goal. It was to build the best PC desktop processor possible. Now, we knew we wouldn't get there in one step, but with each generation of Ryzen, it's gotten better. And we focused on how do we deliver more performance? How do we deliver the best features? And how do we give more capabilities to all of you PC enthusiasts so that you can do more than you ever thought with your desktop or in your notebook? And we've made great, great progress. We started with Ryzen in desktops, and then we introduced Ryzen Threadripper in high-end desktops. And now, actually, Ryzen is in many amazing notebook systems with our Ryzen 4000 series. I think it's safe to say that AMD loves the PC, and I think also it's safe to say that PC users love Ryzen. So we really appreciate that. Now look, let's just focus on the desktop for a few minutes. The progress we have made over the last few years has been really amazing. If you look at the market before Ryzen, the desktop PC was on sort of an incremental performance slope for the last many years. Now, over the past 3 years, we've significantly changed that trajectory and really completely reset expectations as we've gone from 1st Gen Ryzen to 2nd Gen, now to 3rd Gen Ryzen. We were the first to launch a 7nm desktop processor, and today, 3rd Gen Ryzen leads in so many areas.
It's more like this, I think.
We're the highest in multi-threaded performance. We are the best in terms of power efficiency, and 3rd Gen Ryzen is an absolutely great gaming processor. But as you know, we're really ambitious. So our work with Ryzen is never done. Our engineers have been on this maniacal focus of what can we do more? What can we do better? So today, we're here to talk about our brand new CPU core. You've all been waiting for it. It's all about Zen 3. And with Zen 3, we focused again on bringing the best to the PC market. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished. Zen 3 increases our lead in overall performance. It increases our lead in power efficiency. And also now, it delivers the best single-threaded performance and gaming performance as well. We've made massive changes in the core architecture, and I'm sure all of you want to know what's inside Zen 3. So let me hand it over to AMD CTO Mark Papermaster to give you all the details. Mark?
Well, thank you, Lisa. I couldn't be more excited than to share a little bit more about Zen 3 and our progression to get here. It's been quite a journey. We set a course over 5 years ago to design a family of high-performance x86 CPUs. Our goal, very simply, outright leadership. We set up the team so that development of multiple processor generations could be done in parallel, with designers leapfrogging from one generation to another. This has resulted in consistent delivery to the market as promised. I could not be more proud than to help unveil our third generation of Zen Core debuting in Ryzen desktops this fall. It is a beast in performance and will deliver absolute leadership in the x86 market. Zen brought us back into high performance with a 52% improvement in instruction per clock in a single generation. It built a strong base for us to build upon as we developed the Zen family. Last year, Zen 2 brought double-digit % increase in instruction per clock and debuted 7 nanometer in chiplet technology. That 7 nanometer efficiency enabled leadership, multi-core performance, and core density. The innovative chiplet implementation allowed us ease of manufacturing with the small 7 nanometer die and scalability to leadership core counts. And now Zen 3. Wow, what a great job by the design team to improve every aspect of the CPU, delivering leadership performance in that same 7 nanometer node. Higher frequency, higher instruction per clock, with design improvements across all of the CPU components, and lower latency on top of that. You look at some of the key elements. There's a new layout of our processor that brings all the cores onto a unified 8-core complex, and that accelerates core-to-core communication. That's especially helpful for gaming workloads. That consolidation actually allows every core to directly access the 32 megabytes of L3 cache. And that dramatically accelerates workloads that are latency sensitive, like gaming. And finally, significant changes throughout the Zen 3 architecture, generating a 19% instruction per clock uplift. That's on top of the significant gains that we had just in the mid of last year with Zen 2. Altogether, Zen 3 is our most significant architectural update yet across the Zen family. We made the Zen 3 floating point and integer execution units wider, more flexible, and allows us to deliver more execution capability to the user at a lower latency. We've increased the number of loads and stores that we can do versus Zen 2, helping us feed those wider execution capabilities of Zen 3. We've added more branch prediction bandwidth. It allows Zen 3 to tackle back-to-back predictions much more quickly, reducing the delays. We call it zero bubble. These innovations keep Zen 3 ahead of the industry norm on generational improvements and position Zen 3-based Ryzen to be a clear desktop performance leader. Microprocessor performance engineering never has one single bullet. It takes focused microprocessor engineering. It's a broad set of improvements that are needed to make a great architecture. It takes innovation on all of the key levers. Zen 3 is a total front-to-back redesign. The microarchitecture had laser focus on performance on every element. End-to-end improvements, caching, load store, our execution units, our prefetching, our dispatch, our decode. Zen 2, in fact, had been organized with 2 4-core cache complexes, and it was tightly integrated. That was a very good design, but what we found is that we brought that together into that single unified cache core complex that we brought that direct access to 32 megabytes of L3 cache rather than the 16 megabytes that we have with Zen 2. That direct access to a cache pool of this size is very significant for gaming. They tend to make frequent use, of course, of the memory subsystem, and in fact, many games have a dominant thread. And that makes especially heavy use of the cache, and that thread now sees effectively twice the L3 cache in Zen 3. So every core can now communicate directly to the cache without traversing across the die, and that reduces latency. And it stays synchronized for applications using AI, audio, physics, and more. You can see that we continue our relentless commitment to energy efficiency with every generation. We're always honing our design methodologies to focus on performance per watt, even as we make the processors faster for gamers. Zen 3 is no different, delivering up to 24% improvement in power efficiency versus the prior generation. That's double-digit performance per watt uplift in the same process node. And that's on top of all the architectural changes that we drove in to drive up the performance. Our commitment to energy efficiency across time has put us in the driver's seat. Today, we're more than 2.8x more efficient than competing high-end desktop processors. And that's only a strengthening of the leadership that we demonstrated during the prior Zen 2 era. We will not let up going forward. We're focused on execution. Zen 3 is shipping as promised, and the 5nm Zen 4 on track in design. The AMD team is hitting on all cylinders, and there's no shortage of innovations for the next generation of Zen processors to keep AMD in the forefront and deliver the best compute experience for our customers. Thank you. And let me welcome back Lisa to now show off our Zen 3 and new Ryzen processors.
5600. Come on.
Thank you, Mark. That was great. I'm so proud of what the team has accomplished with Zen 3. We really focused on what is most important for gamers and enthusiasts. And at 19% IPC increase, it's our largest increase generation over generation since we launched the Zen family. So now let's see Zen 3 in action. I'm so proud to show you for the very first time the AMD Ryzen 5000 series for high-performance PCs, the world's first Zen 3 powered CPU. This is the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. 12 cores, 24 threads, and a boost up to 4.8 gigahertz. It's a very special product, the ultimate enthusiast processor. Compared to the 3900 XT, the 5900X has 19% higher IPC, higher clock speeds, and all of the Zen 3 core improvements that Mark talked about, all while remaining at 105 watts. This makes Ryzen 5900X a big upgrade from 3rd gen Ryzen all around, but especially in gaming. Now let me turn it over to Robert Halleck to show you the 5900X in action.
Thanks, Lisa. Hey everyone, let me give you a sense of just how much faster the 5900X is compared to our current best, the 3900 XT. To do that, we're going to use Shadow of the Tomb Raider, a game I personally love, and a game reviewers often look at to judge CPU performance. We're going to run the built-in benchmark here at 1080p using the high image quality preset on two otherwise identical systems. You can see a whopping 28% increase just by moving from the 39XT to the 5900X in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And as you will soon see, the performance from the 5900X is faster than the competing processors as well. Now, as any enthusiast knows, 28% from a processor change is a massive upgrade. But that's what AMD customers, like me, can look forward to. This truly demonstrates the gaming strength for Zen 3 when you combine the historic IPC uplift, unified cores, and unified cache pools. Now, as we zoom out to look at a wider set of games, you can see that the 28% uplift in Shadow of the Tomb Raider is joined by many titles with significant double-digit performance improvements. The gains are even bigger in titles like CSGO and League of Legends, where the highest possible frame rate is practically the #1 priority to be competitive.
Again, please.
Overall, gamers upgrading from the Ryzen 3000 series to the Ryzen 5000 series can expect an average performance improvement of 20 at 1080p. Again, this is just a monumental performance jump for an in-socket upgrade in the same motherboard, and a true testament for how good Zen 3 is in gaming. Now, as many know, for an in-socket gaming performance relies on strong single-core performance. That's exactly what Zen 3 has. And I want to show you using Cinebench R20 single-thread. There are many ways to assess single-thread performance, but Cinebench is a fast and easy tool that you can run at home, and it's one of the 25 workloads that we used to calculate the 19% improvement for Zen 3's instructions per cycle. As you can see, the 5900X is the first desktop processor to ever break a 600 score. And we don't break it by a little, we break it by a lot, with a score of 631. We at AMD heard you loud and clear as you challenged us to continue investing in single-core performance, and the results speak for themselves. The combination of IPC, frequency, cores, and cache give AMD the fastest cores in the desktop market and give you the best possible gaming performance. So let's take that landmark core performance into a head-to-head battle. Across the same set of games you just saw, the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X is a clear winner at 1080p. As I promised you, AMD wins in Shadow of the Tomb Raider by +6, and is joined by many other games popular with reviewers and users like you. League of Legends and CSGO are once again standout victories for the Ryzen 9 5900X. So that was a lot of data very quickly. Let's take a step back. Let's recap. You saw an average uplift of 26% for Ryzen customers upgrading from the 3000 series to the 5000 series. You just watched AMD deliver the highest single-core performance in the entire desktop PC market. And you just saw AMD clearly offer the best performance of any gaming processor on the market. I will put it plainly. We know that you're going to wait for benchmarks, but customers who buy processors purely for their gaming performance will absolutely want a Ryzen 9 5900X for the best possible PC gaming experience. Now let's bring Lisa back up to give you more details on these awesome gaming processors.
Thanks, Robert. That was fantastic. I hope you're all now convinced that the Ryzen 9 5900X is the best gaming processor in the world. Now let's look at the stack. In the 5000 series, we have a great choice for every gamer or PC enthusiast. In addition to the 5900X, we have the 5800X, an 8-core, 16-thread processor with boost frequencies up to 4.7 gigahertz at 105 watts. And we also have the 5600X, a 6-core, 12-thread CPU with boost frequencies up to 4.6 gigahertz at 65 watts. Now let's talk about price and availability. The 6-core 5600X is $299. The 8-core 5800X is $449. And the amazing 5900X, combining the leadership performance and power efficiency of Zen 3 in a 12-core 7nm design, is priced at $549. And all of these will be available globally on November 5th.
Pain point. That's all.
We're really proud of the 5000 series, but you know we're not done.
700X.
We love our enthusiasts, and there's one more processor in our stack, which is the ultimate processor for gaming and content creation. For those of you who want the very best processor in a desktop PC, we have the 16-core Ryzen 9 5950X. The 5950X is simply an amazing CPU. 16 cores, 32 threads, and our fastest processor with boost frequencies up to 4.9 gigahertz. The 5950X breaks the Cinebench R20 single-threaded record that Robert set just a few minutes ago with a score of 640. It is truly the best in class in every dimension. Best gaming performance meets best processor for content creation, and all of this still at 105 watts. Now let's take a look at some of the performance.
Give me the price, please.
If we look at the generational uplift from the 3950X to the 5950X, we see up to 27% more performance in CAD workloads and 12% more performance in rendering workloads. More impressively, we see up to 29% more gaming performance. And this is really how we bring the best of both worlds together. The best for gamers and the best for creators. And now, if you put 5950X against the top of the stack from the competition, we see that the 5950X provides up to 59% more creative performance in rendering workloads, double-digit wins in video editing and software compiling, and we also win in lightly threaded CAD workloads as well. We're really proud of the fact that we also win in gaming. There's nothing like the 5950X in the world. One processor that delivers the best power efficiency, our highest clock speeds, the highest single-core performance in the industry, and the highest multi-core performance of any gaming processor. And it's priced at $799 and will also be available globally on November 5th. I hope you're now as excited about AMD Ryzen 5000 series as I am. Zen 3 is really amazing, available globally on November. I could show it to you today. But you guys send me a lot of notes and a lot of tweets, and I know that you're not just excited about Ryzen 5000 series, but there's a tremendous amount of enthusiasm and curiosity about our Radeon lineup as well. So the next few weeks are just an amazing time for us. In addition to introducing our Ryzen 5000 series, we're also going to introduce our next-gen Radeon GPU, and I want to give you a small preview of that today. This is the AMD Radeon RX 6000 series, which we now affectionately call Big Navi, thanks to many of you who nicknamed it for us. It is absolutely gorgeous and by far the most powerful gaming GPU we have ever built. We got a lot of requests from our fans on social, and I heard a whole conversation on The Full Nerd last week about wanting to see Zen 3 and Big Navi in action. So today, I'm going to show you a preview of what you can expect from AMD Ryzen 9 5900X and our Radeon 6000 series. We've been doing a tremendous amount of work optimizing gameplay with Ryzen 5000 and Radeon 6000 series. So let me show you today Borderlands 3, which is a very popular AAA title running at 4K resolution on the Ryzen 5900X and our Radeon 6000 series. Just take a look at that performance. Over 60 frames per second at 4K with beautiful image quality. We are super excited with what we've accomplished with Big Navi. In addition to Borderlands 3, here's a bit more of a performance preview on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Gears of War 5 at ultra settings in 4K. And again, what you see is tremendous 4K performance across the board. We still have a few weeks until launch, and the team is working really hard on fine-tuning things. But I hope you're as excited as we are about what Ryzen 5000 series and Radeon 6000 series can do together for your next generation PC. So that brings us to the end. I hope you enjoyed today. It's been so much fun spending time with you. We have a lot more to show you later this month, so join us again on October 28th, where we'll give you the full story of our AMD Radeon RX 6000 series. And make sure you mark your calendar for November 5th to find Ryzen 5000 series on shelf worldwide. Take care and see you soon.
At least they give you all their testing specs there. That was good. And it's over, guys. They're still streaming, waiting for it to cut off. Alright, a little bit disappointing in a couple of areas. The $50 price increase on the 3800X, that's, what was that? 59, 54, 49. I'll have to go back and watch. Anyway, $50 price increases. Not happy about that. And not that much improvement. I mean, they say 19%, but that's their best comparisons. Let's go refresh this live blog, see what Conister has to say. He's recently blocked me as well. It's kind of that Okay, nothing exciting there. So I'm looking at these specs. I think that's going to wrap it up for this live stream. I'm kind of glad they cut it kind of short. What time is it today? It's only 30 minutes, so actually about an hour and a half for me with all the testing. So as usual, guys, come over here to Intense Webs right here. And please subscribe, give her a thumbs up. Thanks. Fixing to pause it right now. Stop. Talk to you later. Peace.